Can I just ask you something honestly? When was the last time you felt like you were actually enjoying your life, not just managing it? Because in fostering, things can very quickly become all about appointments and responsibility and just holding everything together each and every day. And somewhere along the way, we just simply forget. We forget that we are allowed to enjoy our lives too. And today we're going to be talking about how to build a life that you truly love, and a life that you truly love alongside fostering. It's not one or the other. So by the end of this episode, you'll understand how to start building a life that feels good to live. And something that's not separate from fostering, but something that you can build and walk alongside fostering. One of the things that can happen over time, especially in fostering, is fostering slowly becomes our everything. It takes all of our time, all of our energy, all of our focus. And slowly over that time, without realizing it, we stop asking ourselves, what do I want my life to look like, to feel like? What do I actually dream of doing? And this isn't something big and dramatic. This is something that happens subtly. We stop doing things that we once enjoyed. You stop thinking about what it is that you'd actually like to build. You stop creating anything that's just for you. And over time, everything becomes all about holding everything for everybody else. And we seem to just slip away into all of that. And over time, I've had to learn to be really intentional about this. And it's taken me a long time to get here because fostering can very easily take over. And for a short period of my life, it did completely take over. But as I've learned and grown that I too can have my own life alongside fostering, I have moved home several times with the army, with my husband being in the army, and we've now actually bought our first home back in my hometown. I've built a life that I love. I've written 2 books, and I've even had my 3rd son whilst fostering. I've grown in myself as a woman, but also as a wife, a mother, a carer, and a family member, and even I've grown as a friend. I've even created Fostering Kingdoms. And I've been able to do all of this not because I've had loads of time, because let's be honest, that is the least thing that we as women have. But I've been able to do all of this because I decided that as well as running a house of 8, supporting my family, supporting my friends, I actually mattered too. I began to notice that the more I poured into others, the less I actually had left for myself. And honestly, that didn't leave me in a great place. Didn't leave me in a good place mentally, physically, or spiritually. So this is the shift that I want to offer for you today. For you to know that you are allowed to build a life that you truly love. You're allowed to do the things for yourself because your life really does matter too. And please don't wait until fostering gets easier. When everything is perfect, when you've answered the demands of everybody else. Right now, you are allowed more for yourself. In this moment, listening to this episode, this is your call that you can have more. And it doesn't take away from all the things that you can give. This actually allows you to strengthen who you are, what you're able to give. This isn't about adding more pressure. This isn't about trying to add more things to your life, more things to a to-do list. So I just want you to just pause for a moment and ask yourself, what actually brings me joy? What feels good for me? What do I want to grow, build, or even create? And give yourself the permission to let that exist alongside your fostering journey. And this is going to look different for everybody here. Everybody goes on their own journey. So for you, it may be something like creating something, maybe just a piece of jewelry, or maybe even a multi-million-pound business that has been playing on your heart. Could be learning something new like crocheting, or even learning a new language. Or it could be looking after your home in a way that you truly enjoy, decorating, renovating, even decluttering. You may be building something slowly in the background. Maybe it's the thought of just writing a book. It doesn't have to be big and it doesn't have to be small, but it does have to be yours. Your life is yours to create whatever it is that you truly desire, because your dreams, your goals, your life, in all of this, it matters. So I want to say this gently to you today. You don't have to live constantly in struggle and exhaustion and battling everything. Because yes, we know that fostering is going to be hard, but your whole life doesn't need to feel heavy. You can build your life to look peaceful and steady and enjoyable and beautiful. And this is where we come back to our faith, putting our faith back at the heart of fostering and back into what God wants for us. In John 10:10, it says, I have come that they may have life and live it to the full. It doesn't say, I have come so that they struggle and not survive. No, he calls us to have life and to live it to our fullest potential. And he is talking to you. That includes you. You're allowed your life. You're allowed more. And for some of you, this may be the first time that you've thought about this in a while. What do I actually want my life to look like? And you don't have to have it all figured out today. You may have a dream that's on your heart, and feel free to share it in the comment section below. You can start with one small step, and that can just be sharing it today. So if you've been feeling like your whole life has just become about responsibility for others, let this be your gentle reminder that you are allowed to enjoy your life. You're allowed to build something that feels good to you and something for you. You don't have to wait. So I encourage you to grab a notepad and pen or share in the comments below just that number one thing that you dream of doing. It may be taking a family holiday, it may be writing that book, but share something that God has placed on your heart. Thank you for being a part of the Fostering Kingdoms community. I'd love to invite you to be an active member today simply by liking our video, subscribing to the podcast, and sharing this video with a fellow foster carer who may need to hear this message today, that they too can live their lives to the fullest, and let this be their permission slip today. But if you're looking for more resources and support, you can find everything over at FosteringKingdoms.com. And if you're not ready to leave yet, don't worry, we can hang out some more.